I am crying. I need you to know that before I say another word. I do not cry during readings. I have sat through thousands of transmissions, witnessed the most devastating grief, the most explosive joy, the most intricate webs of human longing, and my eyes have stayed dry, not because I am cold, because I was trained by years of practice to be the channel, the vessel, the clear glass through which the message passes without leaving a stain. But right now, as I tune into your frequency, Virgo, the glass is cracking. The message is too hot. The pressure behind it is too immense. And the tears are not sadness. They are the only physical response my body can produce when it encounters something this vast, this inevitable, this close to breaking through the surface of your reality. I am not asking for your sympathy. I am telling you this because what is coming toward you on Friday is not a gentle rain. It is not a refreshing spring shower. It is a storm. A storm so concentrated, so specific to your coordinates, that I can feel the barometric pressure dropping in my own chest as I speak. My ears are popping, my scalp is tingling. There is a frequency building between us that feels like the moment before a thunderclap, when the air itself turns green and every hair on your arm stands at attention. That is where you are right now. That is where you have been since Wednesday, though you may not have had the language to name it. You have been feeling restless, edgy, like your skin is 2 sizes too small. Like the coffee you drank this morning is still circulating in your bloodstream 12 hours later. That is not caffeine. That is the pre-storm. That is your body registering what your mind has not yet been told. Friday, I need you to circle it. I need you to treat it like a red letter day before you even know why. Because what arrives on Friday is not one thing. It is a convergence, a collision of multiple timelines that have been traveling toward this single date from different directions at different speeds, and they are all scheduled to arrive at the same intersection at the same hour. I am seeing a clock, not a specific time for everyone, but a specific quality of time. The moment when the morning transitions into afternoon, or when the afternoon bleeds into evening, and the light changes in a way that makes you look up from whatever you are doing and think something is different, that is when it hits. That is when the first bolt comes down. But I am getting ahead of myself. Let me tell you what this storm is, because storms have a bad reputation, and I need you to understand that this one is not here to destroy you. It is here to wash away what has been blocking your view. It is here to flood the dry riverbeds. It is here to make so much noise that you cannot hear the old voices anymore, the voices that told you to wait, the voices that told you to be smaller, the voices that told you that what you want is not possible, not for you, not now, not yet. This storm is going to drown those voices. And the surprise inside it, the biggest surprise, is going to arrive so suddenly, so soaked in chaos and wind and relentless pouring truth, that you will not have time to build your usual defenses. You will be caught in the open. And that, Virgo, is exactly where you need to be. I want to describe the 3 walls of water that are coming, because this storm has 3 distinct fronts. They will not arrive one after another with polite intervals between them. They will overlap. They will crash into each other and create waves taller than any single front could produce on its own. But for the sake of clarity, I need to separate them so you can recognize each one when it hits you in the face. The first wall is a person. Of course it is. It is always a person. But this is not the person you have been expecting. This is not the ex you have been manifesting. This is not the crush you have been analyzing. This is someone who has been standing in your blind spot for so long that you have forgotten they are a three-dimensional human being with a heartbeat and a secret. I am getting water energy, strong water, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But there is fire underneath, not the flashy fire of a performer. The slow fire of a furnace that has been burning at the same temperature for months, never flaring, never dying, just constant, relentless heat directed entirely toward you. This person is going to break on Friday. Not physically, emotionally, psychologically. The dam they have built to contain their feelings for you is going to reach maximum capacity and then shatter. And when it shatters, it is not going to be a trickle. It is going to be a flood. They are going to contact you or appear in front of you or send something so undeniable that you cannot pretend it is casual. And what they deliver is going to be soaked in a truth so raw that it will hurt to look at it directly. They are going to tell you that they have been in love with you. Not interested, not curious, not attracted, in love. Deeply, inconveniently, disruptively in love. They are going to tell you that they have tried every method they know to stop feeling this way. Distraction, distance, dating other people, rationalization, therapy for some of them. Nothing worked because you are not a feeling they are having. You are a fact, a geological feature of their inner landscape. And they have finally accepted that pretending otherwise is costing them more than confession ever could. I need you to hear the specific quality of what they are going to say because it matters. This is not going to be a rehearsed speech. This is not going to be a text composed in the safety of their bedroom and sent with shaking thumbs. For many of you, this is going to happen in person, in the rain, literally or metaphorically, in a space where they cannot retreat, where the words once spoken cannot be unsaid, and they are going to be messy. Their voice will crack. They will lose their thread halfway through and have to start over. They will say things that do not make logical sense. I know this is crazy. I know the timing is wrong. I know you probably don't feel the same. These sentences will be true in their mind. But the sentence underneath them, the one they are really speaking, is, I cannot carry this alone anymore. I need you to know. I need you to see me. I need you to understand that my heart has been living in your house without paying rent, and I am finally here to offer payment in full. And your reaction, Virgo, is going to surprise you more than their confession, because you are going to feel something you have not allowed yourself to feel in a very long time. You are going to feel relief, not because you have been waiting for them specifically, but because their honesty is going to unlock a door inside you that you nailed shut years ago. The door that says it is safe to be chosen. The door that says someone's chaos can be an offering, not a threat. You are going to look at this person drenched in their own vulnerability, and instead of reaching for your usual checklist of reasons to be cautious, you are going to reach for them with your hands or with your words or with a silence so full of yes that it functions as an embrace. And in that moment, the first wall of the storm will have done its work. It will have destroyed the old boundary. It will have flooded the dry land between you, and nothing will ever be the same. The second wall while you are still reeling from the first, while your nervous system is still trying to process the voltage of being seen so completely, the second front is going to make landfall. And this one is about your material reality, your money, your work, your sense of security in the physical realm. I am seeing a sudden shift, not a gradual improvement, a sudden, unmistakable, almost violent shift in your financial circumstances. This could be an offer that arrives out of nowhere, a check you were not expecting, a client who finally pays an old debt, a boss who calls you into an office and hands you something that changes your monthly math, a discovery that you have been underpaid, undervalued, or overlooked, and the correction arrives with interest. But it could also be something stranger, something that does not look like money at first, an object, an inheritance, a piece of information that leads directly to an opportunity, a conversation with a stranger who turns out to be the exact person you needed to meet. The storm does not discriminate in how it delivers. It only delivers. And what it is delivering on Friday is proof. Proof that the universe has been keeping accounts. Proof that your integrity, your patience, your refusal to cut corners has been noted. And the back pay is coming with interest. With interest so generous that it will feel almost embarrassing. You will look at what arrives and think, I do not deserve this much. And that thought, Virgo, is the last lie the storm needs to wash away. Because you do deserve it. You have always deserved it. You just stopped believing that abundance could arrive in a package this size. I am hearing a specific detail for some of you. A number. It keeps coming through as 700, 7,000, 7 minutes past the hour when the call comes. 7 days from Friday when the full impact reveals itself. 7 is the number of completion, of divine perfection, of the cycle closing. And for you, this number is going to appear repeatedly on Friday like a signature on a cosmic contract. Do not look for it. You will not have to. It will find you on a receipt, on a license plate, in the amount of the deposit that hits your account. It will be there, winking at you, confirming what your heart already knows. This is not random. This is not luck. This is the harvest. And the harvest is always more abundant than the planting. The third wall, this is the one that made me cry. This is the one that hit my chest like a fist when I first touched your energy. Because the third wall is not external, it is internal. It is a truth about yourself that is going to break through your defenses on Friday with the force of a lightning strike. And it is going to hurt, not because it is cruel, but because it is true. And truth, when it has been denied for a long time, feels like pain before it feels like freedom. Here is what I see. You have been living a double life, not a deceptive one, a divided one. There is the life you present, the competent, organized, reliable Virgo who has everything under control, who shows up early, who over-delivers, who never lets anyone see the mess. And then there is the life underneath, the one where you are exhausted, where you are angry, where you are holding a dream so fragile that you have not spoken it aloud, because speaking it would make its death possible. You have been protecting that dream by keeping it in the dark. You have been telling yourself that practical people do not chase mirages, that responsible adults do not gamble on desire, that you should be grateful for what you have and stop reaching for what you want. The third wall of this storm is going to destroy that partition on Friday. In the middle of the chaos, in the middle of the confession and the wind and the unexpected money and the upheaval, you are going to have a moment of absolute clarity. It might last 3 seconds. It might last 3 hours. But in that window, you are going to see yourself without the filter, without the narrative of sacrifice, without the story of the good soldier who never complains. You are going to see the person you have been suppressing, the artist, the rebel, the lover, the risk taker, the version of you who would have chosen differently if fear had not been the loudest voice in the room. And you are going to make a decision, not a thought, a decision, a bone deep, irreversible, life-altering decision to stop betraying that person, to stop leaving them in the dark while you tend to everyone else's needs, to stop pretending that their hunger is not real. That is the surprise, Virgo. That is the biggest surprise. Not the lover who confesses, not the money that arrives. Those are the wrapping paper. The gift is you. The gift is the moment you look in the mirror on Friday, perhaps while the rain is still running down the glass, perhaps while your phone is buzzing with messages you have not checked yet, perhaps while your heart is still hammering from the conversation you just had, and you say out loud, I am done waiting. I am done shrinking. I am done pretending that what I want is too much. I want it all, and I am going after it. And when you say it, the storm will begin to pass, not because the work is done, but because the lie has been drowned, the lie that kept you small, the lie that kept you grateful for crumbs, the lie that told you that storms were punishments rather than baptisms. When that lie is dead, the sky begins to clear, and what you see on the other side is not the old world, washed and restored. It is a new world, a world where the ground is wet and soft and ready for new roots, a world where the air smells like ozone and possibility, a world where you are not the same person who woke up on Friday morning. And that finally is why I am crying, because I can see her. I can see the you that emerges from this storm, and she is magnificent. Now, I need to prepare you for the hours before the storm, because if you do not know what to look for, you will miss the signs. You will dismiss them as coincidence or indigestion or stress. And I need you to be awake. I need you to be tracking Thursday night, the night before. You are going to dream of water, not gentle water, moving water, rivers that are rising, waves that are cresting, rain that falls so hard it blurs the landscape. If you do not remember your dreams, you will wake up with a taste in your mouth, metallic, like copper, like the air before lightning. That is the first signal. Your subconscious knows before you do. It has already seen the forecast. Friday morning, you will wake up earlier than usual, not with anxiety, with alertness. A strange electric alertness that makes your usual coffee feel unnecessary. Your body is already producing its own stimulant. The storm is close. You will notice colors more vividly. The green of a traffic light will seem greener. The blue of the sky, if there is any sky visible through the clouds, will seem bluer. Your senses are heightening. The animal in you is picking up the shift in pressure. Then, the synchronicities. A song that speaks directly to your situation. A license plate with your initials. A text from someone you were just thinking about. These are not random. These are the atmospheric disturbances that precede the main event. The universe is dropping breadcrumbs. It is saying, pay attention, something is coming, something huge, something that will require you to be fully present. And here is what I need you to do when it arrives. I need you to do the hardest thing you have ever done. I need you to stand in the storm. Do not run for cover. Do not open an umbrella. Do not try to stay dry. The storm is not attacking you. It is cleansing you. And if you try to protect yourself from it, you will miss the baptism. You will miss the moment when the water hits your skin and washes away the old agreements, the old contracts you signed with fear, the old treaties you made with mediocrity, the old truths you called with a life that was too small for you. When the person confesses their love, do not deflect with humor. Do not say, let's talk about this later when things are calmer. There is no later. There is no calmer. This is the moment. Receive it. Let it soak you. Let it ruin your makeup and your composure and your carefully maintained image of someone who has everything under control. You do not have everything under control, and that is the most beautiful truth about you. When the money arrives, or the opportunity, or the material shift, do not minimize it. Do not say, it's not that much. Do not say, I was due anyway. Do not say, let's not get excited. Get excited. Jump up and down. Scream into a pillow. Call someone who loves you and tell them that something has shifted. Celebrate the arrival, because celebration is the magnet that draws more, and you have been starving yourself of celebration for too long. When the internal truth breaks through, when you see yourself clearly for the first time in years, do not look away. Do not reach for your phone. Do not busy yourself with tasks. Sit with it. Let it burn. Let it destroy the old floor plan. Let it clear the lot, because the new construction cannot begin until the demolition is complete. And the demolition is Friday. The demolition is the storm. The demolition is the gift. I want to speak to the fear that is already rising in you, because I feel it. I feel it like a second heartbeat under your ribs. You are afraid that you cannot handle this much change at once. You are afraid that if you let yourself feel this much joy, this much possibility, this much truth, something will come along and take it away. You are afraid that the storm will pass and you will be left standing in the wreckage, alone, wet, foolish for having believed. Listen to me carefully. That fear is not prophecy. That fear is memory. It is the memory of every other time you allowed yourself to hope and were disappointed. It is the scar tissue of old storms that did destroy things. Storms that were not sent by the universe, but generated by other people's chaos, other people's cruelty, other people's carelessness. This storm is different. This storm is yours. It was brewed in the specific atmospheric conditions of your own becoming. It knows exactly what you need. It knows exactly what to wash away. It knows exactly how much pressure you can withstand, because it has been measuring your strength all along. You will not break, you will bend, you will sway, you will lose leaves and branches, but your roots have never been deeper, and the water that falls on Friday is not going to drown those roots. It is going to feed them. It is going to send nutrients to places that have been parched for years, and the tree that emerges from this will be taller than the one that went in. It will be greener. It will be stronger. It will provide shade for people you have not even met yet. There is someone watching this who has already decided that none of this applies to them. They have decided that their Friday will be ordinary, that their storm is just weather, that their surprise is just another day. I am looking at you. I am speaking directly to the part of you that is already composing the dismissal, and I am telling you that your cynicism is not protection, it is a prison. And the storm does not negotiate with prisoners. It floods the prison. It rusts the bars. It makes escape not only possible but inevitable. You will not be the same person on Saturday morning. You will wake up and the light will look different, not because the sun has changed, but because your eyes have been washed. You will hear sounds you did not hear before. The birds, if there are birds, will sound like they are singing directly to you. The traffic will sound like a river. The silence will sound like a promise. And you will lie in your bed or stand in your kitchen or sit in your car, and you will know that the storm was real, that the surprise was real, that the crying woman on the other side of this message saw something true, and that you were brave enough to stand in the rain and receive it. I want to close with an instruction, not a metaphor, a literal instruction. On Friday, at some point during the day, I want you to go outside. I do not care if it is raining. I do not care if it is inconvenient. I want you to step out of whatever building you are in and stand under the open sky, even if it is only for 60 seconds. Even if you have to stand under an awning because the rain is too heavy, I want you to feel the air on your face. I want you to smell the storm. I want you to say out loud, I am ready. Not I think I am ready. Not I hope I am ready. I am ready. Because readiness is not a feeling. It is a decision. And the universe does not respond to feelings. It responds to decisions. When you say those words, something will shift. You will feel it in your spine, a straightening, a locking into place, like a key turning in a lock that has been stuck for years. And from that moment forward, you will be in the new timeline, the timeline where the love is real, where the money flows, where the dream is not a dream anymore, but a project with a deadline, where you are not the supporting character in anyone's story, including your own, where you are the storm and the calm and the rainbow and the whole damn sky. Friday is coming. It is already on its way. It is moving toward you at the speed of time, which is to say, unstoppably. You cannot delay it. You cannot avoid it. You can only choose how you meet it. You can cower in the basement, clutching your old comforts, waiting for it to pass. Or you can walk out onto the porch, lift your face to the wind, and let it transform you. I know which one you will choose. Because you are still here. You are still reading. You are still listening. The part of you that needed to hear this is the part of you that has already decided. The part of you that is tired of being dry. The part of you that is thirsty for the kind of soaking that only comes from standing in the middle of your own life and refusing to run. Let it rain. Let it pour. Let it thunder until your ears ring and your chest rattles and the old foundations crack and crumble. Let the water rise until it reaches your chin and you have no choice but to swim. And when the swimming starts, you will discover something that will make you laugh out loud in the middle of the chaos. You have always known how to swim. You just forgot because you spent so long building boats that were too small for the ocean you were meant to cross. The ocean is here. The storm has brought it to your doorstep, and the boat is gone, washed away, irrelevant. You do not need a boat anymore. You need your body, your courage, your decision, and the knowledge, deep and ancient and unshakable, that you were made for deep water. You were made for Friday. You were made for this. I will be thinking of you on Friday. I will be holding space for you from wherever I am when the storm breaks. And when you come out the other side, when you are standing in the wet grass with your hair plastered to your face and your heart hammering like a drum and your eyes wide with the shock of being alive, I want you to remember this moment when a stranger who channels energy for strangers sat in front of a screen and cried because she saw you. She saw who you are becoming, and she knew with a certainty that made her weep that you are going to be magnificent. Stand up. The wind is rising. The clouds are gathering. The first drops are already falling somewhere in the distance, moving toward you faster than you think. Do not be afraid of getting wet. Be afraid of staying dry for one more day. Be afraid of missing the storm that was sent to save you. Friday, I will see you on the other side of the rain.